Hello guys, welcome back. So in the previous video we saw LZ78 encoding. Now we'll see the decoding part. So let's start. So here I have an example. Decode the string 0a, 1b, 2a, 0c, 0b, 1a, 4b, 60, 6a. So this was the output that we got in our encoding algorithm, if you remember. So now let's start. Make one table, decoder and dictionary, 2 columns and 2 subcolumns for each input, output, index and entry. So now what I have to do, make pairs of this input string. So you get 0a, 1b, 2a, 0c and so on, and write this in the input column. Okay. So take the first input now, you have a 0a. Now whenever you have an index as 0, what you do, you write this letter directly in the output. So you get A here. Now start the index from 1 and write this output as it is in the entry column. Okay. So next you have 1b. Now whenever you have an index greater than 0, you have to find that letter corresponding to that index, okay, in the dictionary. So find the letter corresponding to index 1 in the dictionary. So for 1 we have A. So now replace this 1 with A. So you get AB. Okay. Write this in the output. Increment the index and write this AB in the entry. Next you have 2A. Now find a letter corresponding to index 2. For 2 we have AB. So replace this 2 with AB. So you get ABA. Increment the index and write this ABA in the entry. Next you have 0C. Now we have a 0. So write this C in the output directly as it is. So next increment the index and write this C in the entry. Next you have 0b, so you have a 0, so write this b in the output, increment the index and write this in the entry as it is. Next you have 1a, now find the letter corresponding to index 1, you have a, so replace this 1 with a, you get a, increment the index and write this a in the entry. Next you have 4b. Now find the letter corresponding to 4. We have C for 4. So replace this 4 with C. You get CB. Increment the index and write this CB in the entry. Next you have 6D. Now find the letter corresponding to index 6. So for 6 you have AA. Now replace this 6 with A. You get AAD. Increment the index and write this AAD in the entry. Next you have 6A. So find the letter corresponding to 6. You have AA, so replace this 6 with A. You get 3 A's, increment the index and write this output in the entry as it is. Okay. So now your input is fully processed and this is the output that you get. So take this from top to bottom. You get A, AB, ABA, C, B, AA, CB, AAD, AAA. So this is your final output. Now if you remember, this was the same string that we used as the input for the encoding algorithm. Okay. So again the steps, whenever you have index 0, you write that letter in the output directly, start the index from 1 and write this output in the entry. And whenever you have index greater than 0, find the letter corresponding to this index in the dictionary and replace this index with that entry. Okay. And whatever you get in the output, you have to write it in the entry. Okay. So that's it about LZ78 decoding. I hope you got all the things. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay. So thank you for watching. Keep learning.